Hello folks. Well, once again on our Frontier Americana tour, I will say, we have entered a new country. But once again, I'll also say, kinda. We are here in western, more specifically northwestern New Mexico. And around this area, this region of the Southwest, you will find lots of indigenous reservations, whether it be the pueblos all around New Mexico or the places that are named and titled reservation. Or you might find places with the title of nation, because they are so large they encompass an area, I guess, worthy of being called a nation. And for our latest destination here, we have entered, I think, one of the largest Native American reservations in the country. Well, yeah, the thing is, with these reservations, U.S. laws don't strictly apply. So, like in Oklahoma, when we visited the Chickasaw Nation, you could have seen maybe casinos or certain types of stores where certain things are sold that would be illegal in other states. The Navajo Nation isn't just located in one state. It's primarily in Arizona, but there are good chunks in New Mexico and Utah, as far as I know. We are in the New Mexico section of the Navajo Nation, and I'm sure to the natives here, they don't really deem it important what state they're in. They probably think, well, we're Navajo, we're in the Navajo Nation. That's probably what's most important to them. Wow, isn't this a majestic view? This is what western New Mexico looks like, specifically the westernmost point of northwestern New Mexico. Right here in the Navajo Nation, you will see these majestic, picturesque red rocks all around. And in the distance, you see this big stone feature, almost looking like a castle or a church, even. And that's why they named it Church Rock. And we are on the Church Rock Trail this evening. Usually we start it here in the middle of the day, so we get plenty of time to go around the location we're in, but this is going to be a little bit different. We're going to start out in the late afternoon to the early evening before the sun gets dark. Now, doesn't this look like a dried up riverbed? It's weird to see these things coming from the east where it's all lush and full of water, but here in the Southwest, water is a scarce commodity. So much so that you'll see rivers that either are seasonal, meaning that only parts of the year they flow with water, or in recent years, maybe the area's gotten so dry and there's been droughts in the region that you will see the water dry up, leaving these eerily strange valleys of nothing but silt and sand. Yeah, but I just thought it was a good place to take a little stroll, go on a little monologue, just to start everything off. The Navajo are a Native American group indigenous to the high deserts of the Southwest in the states I mentioned that Navajo Nation encompasses. And for thousands of years, the ancestors of the Navajo, all the way down to the modern Navajo people that are still well alive and flourishing in this area, they grew and developed so many different traditions and customs that luckily in today's day are preserved. The Navajo are one of the few indigenous Native American groups that luckily have a lot of their customs preserved. It's a shame what happened to the Native Americans as a whole, but we're lucky today to explore and learn about the Navajo customs. Not just the Navajo, but many other Native American groups. And that's because the Navajo Nation, right here in Gallup, New Mexico, hosts every year an intertribal ceremonial where the customs, traditions are celebrated. Everybody in the indigenous communities are invited right here for a 2-week-long celebration. We're at the tail end of it, but I think sort of the tail ends of these festivals usually have the biggest draws, the biggest attractions. So I planned it out, and today, not just today, Today's sort of ending now. Sun's starting to set, but tonight and tomorrow especially, we will get to see all there is to do here at the Gallup Intertribal Ceremonial. Oh no, where's Church Rock? I guess we've reached a dead end. Probably fitting, time-wise, just due to the waning hours of daylight we have. It's probably a good time to head on back. There we go, probably our best side of it tonight. This ceremonial has been going on for quite a while, actually. It started in the year 1922, which only means, in today's year, 2022, it is the 100th anniversary celebration of this ceremonial. So we have arrived here not just at the perfect time of year, but the perfect time in a very long time. So, shall we gallop to the festivities? Because we're in Gallup, New Mexico. Here on the Coverage Project, we have a deep fascination and appreciation for all things culture and anything that relates to it. I mean, that's why we're going to all these cultural festivals. And so, we're here as our main priority to respect and learn about the native, indigenous cultures of the North American continent. I don't know what to expect for this ceremonial, but one thing's for sure, we're gonna enjoy it and bask in the absorption of culture here. So let's not hesitate any further. I will see you when I find something noteworthy.
Testing 1, 2, 3, 4. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4. Trust. Rising Thunder is a 16-year American bison male.
Well, wasn't what we witnessed tonight just amazing? As you can see, a lot of these Native American cultures are rooted in music and dance. And in turn, a lot of these traditional dances root from the things that these Native American tribes hold sacred, like animals or times of year. It's a very interesting thing. I'm getting a little tired, but that's okay. We still have all of tomorrow to enjoy. So I will see you then. Good morning, everyone. We are here, not where we were last night. That powwow, my first powwow, was such an exciting and thrilling night that, I don't know about you, but I'm ready for some more Native American festivities. We've now moved for today to the downtown of Gallup, New Mexico. Yes, this is a city which is in the Navajo Nation. And as you can see, there's lots of shops lined on the streets. And naturally, since this is within the Navajo Nation, many Navajo people live here in Gallup. And they just go about their daily lives, maybe going to the shops lined on these streets. You might also notice all the police cars lined up. No, we're not at the scene of a crime. We're actually here to witness a parade, a Native American parade here at the Gallup Intertribal Ceremonial. I said this last night. This goes on for 2 weeks. We're right at the tail end of it, so another day of celebrations. Well, I might be a little more sunburned, but I am so happy to see that. That was so powerful. That parade, amazing agglomeration of all these tribes from around the continent coming together. Not just the Navajo, but Hopi, Apache, Zuni, different Pueblo groups, Kiowa, Comanche, even the Aztec from Mexico. All these tribes coming together for a great cultural experience. In addition, although it may not seem like it right now with all the people and the trucks and the cleanup going on from the parade, we are walking on historic Route 66. Yes, Gallup, New Mexico is another one of those Route 66 towns where these famed roadside attractions, motels, restaurants, shops, littered with that Route 66 sign can be found. Remind me someday to do a Route 66 tour as a whole. I'd like to drive through the whole of it someday, and I know we are missing out on so many little small towns, each with their little fun quirks. Yeah, wouldn't that be a fun idea? So there is going to be a rodeo soon. Yeah, as if this ceremonial isn't full of events already. There's a rodeo coming up. But before that, I want to take a little bit of a break and do something very nice, relaxing, and also does the job of covering the artistic side of these native cultures. there you go, the creative art exhibits for this Gallup Intertribal Ceremonial. The Native American peoples have always treasured art, and whether it be painting, woodworking, jewelry, whatever. This is a big way that these Native American groups can make money. There's not a lot of opportunity on these reservations, and it is a sad thing. There's no farming or industry really that brings the economy up, so what they really rely on is a lot of tourism. And so by selling these works of art, the people here can make a bit of money. Anyway, we have a rodeo to catch.
They present our colors on this Saturday afternoon. It's the Old Glory leading the charge. With the 13 stripes of red and white, 50 stars on the field of blue. Your boys from Kayenta in the orange, Highway 160, looking to get one on. Look out, look out, look out! Yikes! That is hopeless.
Just utter mayhem.
There you go!
Now that was pretty interesting. That was my first rodeo. And of course, rodeo is a big American cultural event that happens usually all around the West, from Texas to Wyoming to, I'm sure, well, New Mexico. I just didn't realize that it was also a big thing in these indigenous communities. As I think about it, it kind of makes sense. They've been in the American cultural influence for so long. They also consider the horse sacred. So of course, they're going to indulge in all the fun that happens with rodeo events just as much as anybody else in America. Now, the rodeo started in America just because of necessity. People in the ranches, the cowboys, they had to learn skills in order to have their dominion over the wild in these ranches. I guess wrangling bulls, riding horses, that type of thing, using the lasso to keep them all in line, all the livestock. Naturally, it evolved into a sporting event where you have the rodeo clowns entertaining the audience, and then the announcers demonstrating what's going on, and it's a whole big show. And I'm glad I got to see my first rodeo ever right here at the Intertribal Ceremonial. Hi.
Hello.
Can I get a Navajo taco?
Everything on it?
Yes, please.
Anything else?
That'll be it.
Is it $10?
Thank you.
Here you go. Thank you. Enjoy.
That is a lot of taco. This is the Navajo taco. Now, it might look like an ordinary taco with the toppings, but the most important distinguished characteristic of this meal is the bread on which the taco is. This is fry bread. It was invented by the Navajo as they were forced from Arizona to New Mexico back in the day historically, and this was one way they could make food that would sustain them on this long trail. Now it's turned into a cultural item. You know, it's so big, it's a tragedy. I may not be able to eat this whole thing as I would a normal taco with a hard shell. Oh well, let's dig in. It's also so messy that I think you just gotta take this fry bread and use it as a scoop, and you get maybe a little bit in. What an amazing time this has been here at the Gallup Intertribal Festival. Don't forget, it's the 100th year anniversary. It's a very special occasion. I'm not sure if it even lasts 2 weeks on other years, but we've had a great time. We've gone through so many different experiences, from a powwow dance ceremony to a parade this morning to a rodeo. Very unexpected, but it was all so fun. We got to learn so much about the indigenous customs and traditions here on the American continent. This will be our last destination in New Mexico on this tour. New Mexico has offered us so much. Not only is it a state with so much biological diversity, from the deserts to the varying forests, but it's also allowed us to get a glimpse into the diversity of culture. It's such a cool state, but sadly it's an underrated state. So I recommend get your butt here to New Mexico. You will have just as much fun as we have here on the Coverage Project. Well, all I can say is it's been a great time. I am very happy with our day and a half here. So coming to you from Red Rock Park, aptly named, enjoying and appreciating, celebrating the wealth of culture that these Native American people have to offer. More travels to come. I will see you at the next location.